by using the t-test. Okay, these are my findings. If you look at the distribution of my samples, the responses I received from the 1,500 targeted students, I received 1,160 responses, which is 74.4%. The reliability of the scale is 0.73. Then these are the results, the mean scores of all the variables. We must pay attention, particularly on these 4 variables, because this measures the intensity of the online community developed through the use of MyVLE as well. So according to this researcher called Jiang, he proposed that any mean score between 3.51 to 5 is considered high level. So if you look at the red circle, these are learner-learner interaction and learner-staff interaction, which is quite good. But if we look at the learner-instructor, 3.35, which is at interim level, which needs a lot of intervention, because these are part-time tutors. We hire a lot of part-time tutors. They are not in the system, so therefore every semester we got to keep on reminding them. Yeah. And next is the learner content, which is also at interim level. Learner content is basically the learners interact with the content that we have given them. As I said just now, we have one of the best content, but because the students, they have a very poor command of English, so whenever they go into the digital library, they are at a loss. So this is something we need to improve on the students. In terms of correlation, if you look at the correlation coefficients, we can find that engagement and the 4 variables, they are okay, acceptable, not very high. This is something we need to rectify. And in terms of commitment to stay and other variables, you can see commitment to stay, sense of community is quite high. This is satisfaction and intrinsic motivation. These are mediating factors. So the mediating factors have got high correlation, as well as commitment to stay and engagement, 0.848, which is very high. It means if the level of engagement is high, therefore the correlation with commitment to stay is also high. Yeah. Next, the t-test result between commitment to stay and engagement. So we can see it is significant. What it means is there is a statistical significant difference in the level of commitment to stay of learners between those who are engaged. Engaged means I'm using a cutoff point of 4.0, which is the median of engagement actually. So we found that students who are very engaged, they are committed to stay. Those who are less engaged, they are less committed to stay. So that is a statistical significant difference in my findings. In terms of multiple regression, just to conclude whether the impact is there between engagement and commitment to stay, you can see the R-square, adjusted R-square I obtained is 0.719. And then the ANOVA F value is also significant, as well as the coefficients of the multiple regression, which is also significant. So that shows that engagement has impact on commitment to stay, provided they are mediated by the 3 variables, the sense of community. Because when they are engaged in the online community, there's a sense of community, there's a satisfaction among learners, there's also intrinsic motivation, which will motivate the students to stay. So as a conclusion, the interventions that we saw just now, only 2 variables, the learner and learner content. Learner content is learner content is high. This learner instructor and learner staff needs a little bit of interaction, interventions. And learner and this variable has strong correlation with engagement and commitment to stay. And we have also found there's a statistical significant difference between in the level of commitment to stay between learners who are highly engaged and those who are not. And engagement explains 72% from the adjusted R-square. So it explains 72% of the variance of the commitment to stay. So from this finding, my recommendation is that the system, what I have shown you just now, the level of LL, LT, LS and LC interaction is only is measuring perceived benefits obtained from that interaction. So we need to actually measure much more accurately by having a proper tracking system. Like for example, the threads, the time of discussion and so on. So we need to trace that. In fact, when I was in ICDE, I presented this, but I talked more on the content on that. So a number of open distance learning institutions, they don't have this system. In OEM we have, but it's not well developed. But I hope we can have a good tracking system. Then also the research will be much more effective if we make a comparative study, between students who are doing reading subjects and mathematics or engineering subjects. Then we can see whether it's a good measure of the instrument. Then finally, I think effort must be taken by OEM. I presented, because I specialize in social network, using social network to engage learners, to retain learners. So many times I presented on retention. I think many institutions, they know what is retention. They know the importance of retention. But not many people are interested to really put in effort to retain students. So I would strongly suggest that we actually should put in a lot of effort, treat our students as our children, treat our students as our brothers and sisters. I'm an academician. I'm involved in lecturing students. So every students are my friends. I make sure they are fully engaged. I'm always engaged with students, be it social media or my learning management system. So with that, I thank you very much for your kind attention.